What's going on, Ohio Cannabis Report? It's your boy Gerald Moore Jr. Happy Friday, August 21st, or is it 22nd? Happy Friday, August 22nd, 2025. Here with another episode of Ohio Cannabis Report with some news, updates, and things going on in the Ohio cannabis industry. Wanted to come to you guys today because Ohio is discussing about releasing pre-rolls, which some folks are excited about. Obviously, those of us that have been in the cannabis industry for a long time, the cannabis community, we've been rolling our own joints for decades at this point. So I guess it's another step in the right direction in terms of business and industry in the legalization process. But obviously, those of us that are OGs and been here, right, like we've been rolling. I actually got a little joint roller, little machine that I got. This probably 5 years old at this point. It's an Elements joint roller. But obviously, those of us that have been out here for a while have been rolling joints. But again, Ohio is finally allowing for these cultivators, processors, and dispensaries to process and distribute pre-rolls, which obviously, will allow them to continue to price gouge consumers in Ohio. I mean, Ohio's already selling temps. They're selling overpriced bud. You can't smell the bud. You can't see the bud before you buy it. Um, a lot of folks have complained about old bud, remediated weed. Again, there's just a lot of things that the industry is trying to create with lack of transparency with the consumers, which we have a problem with because, again, weed was illegal 6 years ago. Then all of a sudden we passed medical. Now we have adult use. And then the business leaders and industry leaders, OCAN, the dispensaries, the cultivators, the multi-state operators, they're not necessarily educating or advocating alongside the patients or consumers to push the legislatures to open up the cannabis industry. Right now, it's still very constricted. We still only have like 180 something dispensaries. And so it's still a slow rollout. There's still no marketing and advertising to even promote dispensaries to let people know where they can go purchase legal cannabis. There's still people that have hemp shops or smoke shops or gas stations selling hemp. Delta 9, Delta 8. So there's just a huge gap and issue when it comes to education, awareness, and overall the messaging around cannabis in our community. I had a meeting the other day with a group of folks from a natural remedies kind of education and healthcare meeting. And the biggest discussion takeaway was education. And it was like, how do we disseminate this education? My whole thing is, one, we have Ohio State University. Unfortunately, Ohio State University is a land grant institute, so they're federally funded, which will prohibit them from doing certain things. I work with Central State University, which is also a land grant institute and also a HBCU. And they have a hemp program, and their hemp professor is Dr. Craig. Shout out to Dr. Craig, who sits on the board of my nonprofit, Green Environmental Outreach. Again, before I get too deep into this show, please subscribe, please like, comment, go follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're on Substack and Patreon. Most of our content will come through here on YouTube and Instagram. Still working on getting our Instagram back, our original Instagram at Ohio Cannabis Report. Our backup right now is at Ohio_Cannabis_report on Instagram. Facebook, we're Ohio Cannabis Report. On everything else, we're pretty much Ohio Cannabis Report. Also on LinkedIn, I just created a professional business page for us on LinkedIn as well. So be sure to go follow us on LinkedIn. I know it's a little bit more professional over there. But here we just like to keep it, 100 authentic. Also, before we get too deep, shout out to the homies over at App Girls Cannabis. I am consulting with them as a brand rep, marketer, as a former football player. App Girls Cannabis is a locally cultivated, crafted, and distributed brand cannabis THC beverage. So this one is the half and half, the sweet tea and lemonade, 25 milligrams. And again, it's Ohio's legacy grown. So anybody that knows anything about Athens, Ohio, Appalachia, let me see if I can get a little bit clear on there. So yeah, you can reach me if you are a bar, if you're a restaurant, if you're having a big event, a party, an event planner, you're having a wedding or something, a business event or meeting, and you want to do something alternative to alcohol. This is a great alternative. You won't have the same effects. This is a little bit more of a mellow buzz. Like you're not going to be intoxicated in terms of like out of control. So this is a great alternative. A lot of people are changing their ways of getting out of alcohol because obviously alcohol causes a lot of other issues and ailments. Again, this is THC. It's Delta 9 THC. This is alcohol free, so there's no hangover, and it's fast acting. So this is something that'll give you a light buzz, give you a very mild high. Like you're not going to be too high. But it's great. Tastes great. We have 4 different flavors. We have the half and half. We have the black cherry. We also have the black cherry in 50 milligrams. We have the strawberry lemonade seltzer. And then we have there is what's the other one? We just got a new one, lemon lime, that just dropped. So that half and half gets you right. Cheers. All right, so I wanted to share some of this information coming from the Department of Cannabis Control, or Department of Commerce. And so this talks about dual use 10B license applications for eligible entities. Applications and materials related to conversion of current medical marijuana license to dual use cannabis license and new 10B dispensary licenses are posted on this page. Frequently asked questions will be regularly updated pursuant to the initiated statute approved by Ohio voters in November 2023. The initial non-medical cannabis license applications are only open to current medical marijuana license holders. Dual use, each current medical marijuana cultivator, processors, testing laboratory, and dispensary that wishes to participate let's see. In the non-medical cannabis market at their current location must apply for a dual-use cannabis license, 10B dispensaries pursuant to ORC 3780 10B. The following licenses, i.e. 10B dispensary licenses, must be issued for level 1 medical marijuana cultivator with a certificate of operations or provisional license, 3 dispensary licenses per entity at locations designated in a license application. For level 2 medical marijuana cultivators, with a certificate of operation or provisional license, 1 dispensary license per entity at a location designated in the license application. For a medical marijuana dispensary with a certificate of operation or provisional license, which does not have any common ownership or control with any cultivator or processor, 1 dispensary license per entity at a location designated in the license application. No other license applications will be accepted at this time. Eligible applicants must carefully review the applicant instructions and frequently ask questions. Questions must be directed to the DCC at com.ohio.gov with the subject line for dual use questions, business name, MMCP, license number, dual use application questions. For 10B questions, business name, applicant confirmation number, 10B application questions. So let's see. So 10B dispensary application pursuant to ORC 3780 10B, the following licenses. I just read that. Eligible entities must read the instructions and facts carefully for application to be considered completely. You must complete each question of the fillable PDF document and submit a completed 10B application, and then tax authorization form and $5,000 application fee. Sorry about that. I had to take off a little bit. All right, so that's great. $5,000 application fee. Let's see. Instructions. So again, all this stuff is online. This is the website. Um, like I said, this is the website, state website. So anybody can come here. Anybody interested in being involved in the Ohio cannabis industry, you can come right here and get all the information. This basically talks about submitting licensing applications. Which is interesting because they said there's no more licenses going out, but they are still developing dispensaries. Let's say facility site affairs team, financial control, financial interest. Trying to see what's the most updated stuff they got. All right, so here's an article on Ohio cannabis market anticipates major boosts with introduction of pre-rolls and joint sales. This is out of Cincinnati. As Ohio's legal adult use cannabis market major marks just over a year since its inception, a significant product is set to hit dispensary shelves. Cannabis pre-rolled cigarettes or joints. Dispensary operators reports a high demand for this product, which has been absent from Ohio's market, but is expected to invigorate the sales. Tracy Green, Ohio Operations Director for Nectar Dispensaries, which operates 5 shops in the state, said that the demand in Ohio is there. There's a pretty significant demand. It's something that customers have been asking for since the medical days. It's something that's pretty common in other markets. And so it's something that customers were, I think, a little bit confused by the fact that we didn't have them available in the state. But the news that they're coming to the market has been received really well, and customers are really excited about it, said Green. But these are going to be, premium quality flower coming from high-end companies, stuff that is, it's not, not your grandfather's pre-roll joint that he's kind of carrying around in his ear. Green said, first of all, the cannabis industry in Ohio is not that high quality. The bud here is not that high quality. They're selling mids and Reggie. Let's keep that clear. Mids and Reggie is being sold at the Ohio Cannabis Coalition dispensaries. The majority of these dispensaries and cultivators aren't producing that gas. They are producing booty. You know what I mean? Indoor booty weed. Customers will be able to purchase joints individually or in multiples, provided they adhere to Ohio purchase limits of 2.5 ounces per day. The Ohio Division of Cannabis Control issued guidance on August 1st, focusing on packaging and labeling for processors. However, individual dispensaries must obtain approval on a case-by-case basis, meaning joint sales will not commence simultaneously across the state, according to the agency spokesman. Adrian Robbins of the Ohio Cannabis Coalition, the industry's statewide trade group, noted that some dispensaries have already begun selling joints. People are working kind of around the clock right now because they've been so excited about this for the past, I would say 6 to 8 months. Robbins said, no, people have been wanting joints forever. Okay. You just got here 6 months ago. That was crazy. Like, Tiana Ariga, Vice President of Product and Marketing for Standard Wellness, another dispensary operator, echoes the sentiment of high demand. If you are a smoker and if it's a way that you consume cannabis, it's just really reliable and easy to do in a compliant way. Ohio's recreational cannabis sales reached $702 million through August 2nd, with the average price of an ounce of a plant or flower at approximately $187. In comparison, Michigan sales hit $771 million in its first full year in 2020 and soared to $1.6 billion last year, with the current average price at about $89 an ounce. Way better than Ohio. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Not a bunch of crazy stuff. We're still waiting for like lounges and bars and places to consume openly. Ohio cannabis industry, 6 things to know from first year of recreational sales. So this said, Cleveland, 1 year after Ohio launched its recreational marijuana program, industry has shown financial success. By year's end, the state could realize as much as $1 billion in recreational sales, money that would be otherwise gone to the illicit market or into the pockets of Michigan dispensary owners. People are still getting used to legal weed. Hemp products are undercutting licensed dispensaries. Lawmakers can still change the rules. More dispensaries are coming. Ohio currently has 159 licensed dispensaries serving both medical and recreational customers. Industry experts expect more dispensaries to open by the end of the year and into 2026, which should mean better access for consumers and lower prices. So again, be sure to like, comment, subscribe on the channel. Show us some love. Be sure to share and add any context to any of the conversations. Again, do you like Ohio's cannabis industry? Are you going to Michigan? Who got the best weed? Who got the loudest weed? What's the best product you've had in Ohio? Are you a home grower? Are you growing at home? What are some of your favorite strains to grow? What are your favorite terpenes? How has cannabis helped you in your life? How do you see us engaging with the topics of the war on drugs, social equity, community fund? Um, yeah, there's a lot to be talked about. So again, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Ohio Cannabis Report. I'm your boy Gerald Moore Jr., the founder of Ohio Cannabis Report. And again, I appreciate all the support over the years that I've been doing this. I've been trying to get some more content out there for you guys just to keep everybody updated. Talked to one of my guys, Anthony Riley of Ohio Cannabis Live the other day. And so we are having an event too. Let me see if I can pull this event up. We're having a cannabis town hall, an Ohio Cannabis Town Hall event September 6th. Get this pulled up real quick for y'all so y'all can see. So September 6th, we will be having an Ohio Cannabis Town Hall in Columbus, Ohio. If you want to RSVP, this is a free event and open to the public. We will have some advocates there, some lobbyists there, cannabis industry workers, influencers, business leaders, nonprofit business leaders, and educators will be in the building. Our panel will be pretty diverse with folks from different aspects of the community. We have a harm reduction specialist. We have somebody like me. I'll be moderating. I'm more of an influencer. I have a healthcare background, also a sports background, and just a community advocacy perspective. I invited my intern, Brianna, who just recently graduated from Ohio State University with a horticulture degree. Normal, Ohio, Central Ohio will be present, hopefully. And so, yeah, it should be a good turnout. So here's how you get to the event page. So you go to ohiocannabislive.com/events, and it's the first event, Ohio Cannabis Town Hall, September 2025. So I'll just click on it. Again, this is Anthony Riley's company, Ohio Cannabis Live. He does a lot of great work in the Ohio community. Be sure to follow him online as well. He's on pretty much all social media platforms. The event will be at the Columbus Downtown Metropolitan Library at 3:30. Join us to discuss upcoming cannabis legislation in Ohio that could make cannabis illegal if we don't speak out. Lawmakers want to lower THC and place restrictions on home grow. So again, looks like we have 11 guests that have RSVP'd so far on here. Again, you can RSVP right there, and then you will be set to go. Bring a friend. We will have some resources, resource tables, other nonprofit organizations sharing some of their information. So again, if you have a nonprofit, if you have a community organization, if you're a politician, you're running for office, we would love to have you there and hear your voice. Again, we want to thank everybody for all the love and support that you showed us. And with that being said, I'm going to stop sharing that and I'm going to tune off. So hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And let's keep staying in touch. Peace.